Good morning everyone, myself Patel ma'am from SGM College Karat. Today we are going to start with a new chapter in OCM, that is the business services. In the last lecture already I have been started with the chapter business services. Various types of business services are there and that help a very good role, that help the business for the smooth flowing. How various type of auxiliaries to trade are there that always help various types of businessmen for keeping the business in a safe and a good conditional manner. Just like that, various types of business services are always operated by the businessman and they are with the proper work. So business services play a very important role and they help the businessman for the smooth functioning of the business. Already we have seen in the last lecture introduction, meaning two definition was there about the business services. One definition was put by Philip Kotler and another one was put forth by American Marketing Association. Today we'll move ahead and we'll see about the features of the business services. The features of business services are totally divided into 6 points. Okay, the first is said as intangibility, the second is inseparability, inconsistency, perishability, non-transferability and consumer participation is the features. We will see one by one into detail. As the first point say intangibility, business services are intangible in nature. That means like we have seen in the accountancy also, some assets are intangible. Intangible means what? Which we cannot see, which we cannot touch, only we can feel it. Okay, like goodwill is an intangible asset. Goodwill always is related as a part of intangible because it relates in such a part which you cannot see, which you cannot touch, only you can feel it. Just like that, business services are also said as intangible. A service is not a physical product that can be touched or seen. What they said, service is not a physical product which can be touched or seen. So service can be experienced by the buyer or the receiver. Always remember, wherever we go, there are two parties are there. One is the seller, another is the buyer. So always it is said a service is not a physical product that can be seen, touched, but always it can be experienced by the buyer or the receiver. I always say, if I say about the good, yeah, good can be seen. I will say, yeah, this is the good, touch it. Okay, but some services are there which you cannot touch, only you can feel various types of services by the buyer or you may say the receiver. So it is said as intangible. Why it is said as intangible? Because they relate with such a part which types of services which cannot be seen. Services lack material form and therefore they are intangible in nature. Due to intangibility, services cannot be demonstrated like goods and therefore service provider must create a good impact on the customer by delivering quality services at a time. Always remember, various types of services are there. These type of services should also be given into various parts and they play such an important role that these services comes into the part. Services which come into the part as a part of a businessman should always give what? Good services to the customer. Quality of the services should be up to the mark. The first point is intangibility. Okay, the main part is what? Some services are intangible which you cannot see, which you cannot touch, only you can feel, but the businessman should give good quality service. Number one. Number two is inseparability. Always it is said that services are inseparable in nature. That means you cannot join all the services together. It is inseparable. That means you have to separate the various type of the services. So unique characteristics of service is that service and the service provider cannot be separated. The presence of service provider is there at the time of delivering services to the customer. In case of service, production and consumption take place at the same time. Always remember, consumption and production, like production is done in the factory, consumption is done, okay, but that is inseparable because when production will be there, when it will be produced by the producer, it will be bought to the wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer, retailer to consumer. Like this the cycle is always on. So always remember, various types of characteristics of services are there. That is always been there as a part. Okay, so in case of service production and consumption take place at the same time, but the presence of service provider is there at the time of delivering services to the customer. Any form, like if I am a retailer, if I am a wholesaler, if I am a producer, okay, every time the presence is very, very important. Got it, everyone? Number 2 is inseparability. Number 3 is inconsistency. Now inconsistency means what? Inconsistency means services are heterogeneous in nature. There can be no perfect standardization of services even if the service provider remain the same. Whatever the service which you are providing, if it is same, but then too it is heterogeneous in nature. You cannot, I'll say you cannot stock all the services at a time. Once today the work which is allotted to any of a member or an employee, if he cannot do the work at the part of today, that service cannot be stocked and cannot be used for tomorrow. Are you getting, everyone? So it is said it is heterogeneous. Inconsistency means it's heterogeneous in nature. You cannot stock all the various type of the services. If an employee is not completing the work today, that same work we have to not complete it tomorrow. Tomorrow you may start with another work. So it is inconsistency. Always, even if the service provider remain the same, the quality of the service may differ from time to time. Example, same restaurant can give different experience to 2 different customers. Yes or no? Yes, when you go oftenly, we go to the various type of restaurant for having food, etc. So at that time, if I go, today he has given me this, tomorrow if I go, same quality, same services cannot be there. Are you getting? Number 3. Number 4 is perishability. Now, the production and consumption of services are inseparable because storage of services is not possible. Being an intangible transaction, there can be never an inventory of services. Unlike goods, they cannot be stored for future sale. Example is given, the vacant seat of morning flight of an airplane cannot be utilized in afternoon flight in the same airline. Yes, it is said correctly. It is said it is perishable in nature. Services are said as perishable. Perishable means what? If I tell you, perishable means like example they have given about the aeroplane. 2 flights are there. One is in the morning, another is in the afternoon. In the morning flight, if some seats are vacant, if some seats are vacant, if the morning the flight has gone already and the seats were vacant. Now what was the loss of that? Cannot be used or cannot be fulfilled in the afternoon flight. No. Once the aeroplane has gone and in the morning some seat was vacant, same in the afternoon that seat was vacant, you cannot utilize it. Yes or no? Once it is gone, that is gone because it is said as a perishable in nature. Number 5 is non-transferability. Non-transferability means what? Services cannot be transferred from one person to another. Unlike good, all services are non-transferable in nature. The ownership of services cannot be transferred from service provider to the customer. Example, a customer can book hotel room, but the ownership of room remain with the hotelier only. Yes, it is of course correct. If I have gone in some hotel and I have booked one of the room, if I book one room, that doesn't mean I am the owner of that room. No, the owner will be the hotelier only who will be the owner. Yes or no? That means ownership, or you may say services are non-transferable. If I book one of the hotel room, on that particular day I will live over there, but afterwards I have to leave it because I am not owning directly the ownership. No, the ownership will remain in the hand of the hotelier only. And number 6 is consumer participation. The participation of consumer plays a very, very important role. Consumer should participate properly in each and every one. The services participation of consumer is equally important, and without the participation of consumer, services cannot be offered. The seller cannot offer service without the presence of customer. Vice versa, customer cannot accept service unless the seller is present to offer the service. Yes or no? Like common example take, I am a customer and he is a wholesaler. Up till he doesn't come towards me and sell, I will not take. And up till as a customer, if I don't go, to whom is going to sell? That means the service provider as well as the customer both plays a very equal important role. Consumer participation plays a very vital role in each and every form of a service. When you want to provide the services, at that time it plays a very important role. Got it, everyone? That was what? That was about the features of services. In the last lecture, I said you about intro, meaning to definition about the business services. Today we have seen about the features of business services. Okay, so in this chapter we will see further about the main part of the business services. Okay, now business services is fully divided into 5 parts. What is that? We will see now today. And then each one part, very big chapter is this, each one part we will see into detail. Okay, everyone? Okay, now we will see the types of services, the types of business services. Five part it is divided. Number 1 is banking. Number 2 is insurance. Number 3 is transport. Number 4 is warehousing. And number 5 is communication. So 5 types of business services are there. These services plays a very important role. The whole of this chapter is fully divided into 5 parts. Okay, in the last point that was the features. Today we will move ahead and we will see what are the types of business services. Okay, first I'll give you a short view about it, then each one we will see into detail because this is the biggest chapter. So, business services are said that business cannot be operated in an isolated manner. It requires some activity which facilitate business to grow rapidly. So, business services are those services which help business to grow and help business to function seamlessly. That means, see, businesses services are such a services like alone you cannot do these type of the services. You have to take all the people together with the service provider, customer. How it is very important, because customers participation plays a very important role. Just like that, over here also business cannot be done in an isolated manner. You need various type of the thing that should come together and to do the various one. So always requiring some activities which facilitate business to grow rapidly. Business services are those which help business to grow and help functionally. So business services are helping each and every business to grow rapidly, to help the service provider and to take the customer's participation also in that, because business cannot be done alone. Business cannot be done in an isolated manner. Got it, everyone? Yes or no? That was about the meaning only. Next we will see the types of business services. Business services are depending upon the nature and purpose are divided into 5 points. Number 1 is banking. Number 2 is insurance. Number 3 is transport. Number 4 is warehousing. And point number 5 is communication. Got it, everyone? First is transportation. Transportation plays a very, first is banking. Banking plays a very important role. In this point, you will come to know about the various type of a bank, the functions of a commercial bank, primary function, secondary functions, and we will come to know about e-banking. Okay, the second point is insurance. Insurance again plays a very important role. In this point we will come to know about the meaning of insurance, principles of insurance, 3 different types of insurance like life insurance, fire insurance, marine insurance, and their policies. In the third point, which is transportation, you will come to know in this point about the about the various types of transportation like roadways, railways, waterways, airways. Okay, and the advantages and disadvantages of it. In the point warehousing, you'll come to know about the meaning of warehousing, functions of warehousing, types of warehousing. And in the point number 5, which is communication, we will come to know about the traditional means of communication and about the modern means of communication. In the traditional mean, postal services are there, retail services, money remittance services are there, and in the modern means, as we know, email, courier, internet, etc. are there. Okay, so this chapter is the biggest chapter in the whole of your syllabus, because it is going to give you a detailed view about the various types of business services that always help the businessman into different form. Okay, each one we have to see into detail. The first point is banking. Okay, we will see the first point about it, which is banking. Okay, the first point is what? Banking, which we will see today. First we will see about the intro and meaning of a bank. Okay everyone, yes or no? The first point which we will see is about the banking. Okay, one by one we have to see into detail. In the banking, you have to know meaning of a banking, types of a banks, commercial bank functions like primary functions, secondary functions, and we will come to know about e-banking. This point is very biggest. I said, you know, one point is like a chapter. Okay, so you have to go into detail about it. Okay, got it everyone? Let's start further now we will see about banking. Now banking plays a very important role, you know very well, each and every part, not only to the businessman, starting from the businessman till each and every customer, banking plays a very vital role. So the term bank has come from the French word banco, which means a bench. It's so new to you as only. Why? Because from a bench, like you know, on the bench we sit, yes or no? So the bank is derived from the French word, which is French word banco. Banco means a bench. Okay, in earlier days, money lender used to display coins of different currency in big heaps or benches or tables for the purpose of lending or exchanging. Do you know that what is it is said that money lender, like those who lend the money on a credit, money lender means what? Like those who give money on lending money on interest. Yes or no? Some people are there in the market also. They lend the money on that basis they take a high rate of interest. Okay, so money lenders used to display coins of different currency in big heaps or bunches or table for the purpose of lending. That's why it has derived from the word banco, which means a bench. Okay, it may be done in this way, that money lender used to sit on a bench and they used to give money, and on that basis they used to take interest. That's why. That was about the intro. In the meaning, I just said a bank is a financial institutions which deal with deposit and advances and other related services. Bank also provide various services related to money or financial requirement of consumer. What it is said? It is said bank is a financial institution. Okay, like those who give money, it means like bank doesn't only give money, accepting deposit from the common public and granting loan and advances is the basic aim of a bank. Always remember. So various services related to money or financial requirement of a customer, bank is playing a role. And definition is given as per Indian Banking Regulation Act 1949. Banking company means any company which transact the business of a banking in India, and the word banking has been defined as accepting for the purpose of lending or investing of deposit of a money from public, repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawal by check, draft and order or otherwise. Yes, it is said correctly. See, first it is said banking, according to the Indian Banking Regulation Act of 1949, it is said any company, it's like they have defined a bank as a company. Any company which transact the business of banking in India is said as a banking part. Okay, and always accepting either in the form of a purpose of lending, either you have to lend or you have to invest or you have to repayable the various demand on deposit. All these things are related with it. So it is given in this part only as a banking regulation act is provided to it. Got it, everyone? That was the banking introduction. You came to know about that. Bank is derived from the French word banco, which means a bank, and the meaning of a bank. Always remember, bank plays a very vital role and they come into the part as a part of a financial matter related to money and as a requirement of a customer. Bank or not only accept deposit but also grant loans and advances. Yes or no? This is the main part of a bank. What actually the bank is playing a role? Bank is playing a role that he have to accept a deposit from the common public like us. When we go, when we open a common saving account in a bank, what we do, we are accepting the, like bank is accepting a deposit. Yes or no? That was the introduction, meaning and definition which was put forth by Indian Banking Regulation Act. Yes or no? Okay. After this, the next important point is the types of a bank. Okay, the next important point is types of a bank, which is various into part. Types of a bank is a very big point. Today we are having 9 various types of a banks are there. How many types of a banks are there? 9 types of a bank are there, which is going to give you a detailed view. Okay, let's see further. Further we will see now today the types of a bank. Okay. We have total 9 types of a bank. How many types of a bank are there? 9 total types of a banks are there, which are there in our whole nationwide. Okay, full nation we are having. Like India is a very big country, and when you think about the nation part, at that time it is there. Okay, so first and very utmost point is the central bank. Central bank is what? Central bank is the pillar of our country. Central bank is what? The Reserve Bank of India. Central bank is said as the bankers' bank of our country, and our country central bank is what? RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Central bank is the apex financial institution in banking industry of our country, and every country has their own central bank. The RBI is the central bank, and RBI was established in 1945 under the RBI Act 1944. The functions of RBI is what? Framing various monetary policy, issuing currency note, act as a banker of the government, act as a banker's bank to commercial and other banks in India. Always remember the first utmost bank, which is the apex bank. Apex means the most important bank of the country. Okay, because see, you know very well, central bank is such a bank which is going to control the other bank. Central bank always frame various monetary policy, issues the currency note, act as a banker of the government. Okay, banker of the government means what? Like it is a bank for the government also, and the banker's bank which is acting to the commercial bank and other banks in our country. So always remember these things are there which plays a very important role, and the first one is central bank. Central bank, apex bank, and our country's central bank is RBI. Every country has a central bank. Every country has a central bank, and our country central bank is RBI, which is established in 1945 and under the Act of 1944. The main function of RBI is what? Always acting as as a government banker to the government, issuing various types of currency note, framing the monetary policy, act as a banker's bank to the commercial bank and other banks in our country. Now some other banks are also there in our country. For them also it is playing a very important role, because all the framing of the policy and all is done by whom? By the central bank only. Framing of the policy and all is done by the central bank, and always central bank controls the other bank. Yes or no? In this way, the first point is central bank. The second point is commercial bank. Now first is the apex bank, which is the central bank. The second is the commercial bank. Now commercial bank plays a very important role in the economic and social development of the country. This bank plays a very important role because various types of functions are performed by commercial bank, like primary functions and secondary functions. Okay, this we will see today. Afterwards, enough for today. Today we have seen the features of the business services, types of business services. 5 are there, and we have started with the first one, which I teach you: banking, meaning, definition and types of a bank. We will see in our next lecture. Thank you.